Welcome, my amazing students. If you're ready to level up your English and speak with confidence, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join the journey. Today, I'm here to talk about something that can truly change your life: speaking English fluently and naturally. This isn't just about learning a language. It's about opening doors to new opportunities, connecting with people from all over the world, and building unshakable confidence. If you've ever felt nervous, shy, or stuck when trying to speak English, I want you to know you are not alone, and you are in the right place. Let's start by understanding one simple truth. Fluency is a skill, not a talent. No one is born fluent in any language. Even native speakers spent years learning how to talk, read, and write in their own language. And just like any other skill, playing a sport, cooking a dish, or learning an instrument, English fluency comes with practice, patience, and the right mindset. Why do so many people struggle with English? It's not because they aren't smart enough. It's usually because they are afraid. Afraid of making mistakes, afraid of being judged, afraid of not being perfect. But let me tell you something important. Mistakes are proof that you are learning. The only people who don't make mistakes are those who never try. When you let go of the fear of being wrong, you set yourself free to grow. So from today, make a promise to yourself. I will speak, even if I make mistakes. I will learn from them, and I will get better. Let's talk about confidence. Confidence is the key to speaking fluently. Without it, you'll hesitate, overthink, and stop yourself from trying. So how do you build confidence? By starting small. Imagine this. You're standing in front of a mirror. You look at yourself and say, "Good morning, how are you?" Maybe it feels a little silly, but that's okay. Keep going. Say, "Today I'm going to learn something new." Repeat simple phrases, describe your day, or even pretend you're talking to a friend. The mirror is your best friend in this journey. It helps you practice without the fear of being judged. And slowly, you'll notice your confidence growing. How do you actually become fluent? Fluency is not about speaking fast. It's about speaking clearly and naturally. To achieve this, you need to surround yourself with English. Think of it like learning to swim. You can't do it by standing outside the pool. You have to jump in. Here are some ways to immerse yourself in English. 1. Watch English movies and TV shows. But don't just watch, listen. Pay attention to how words are pronounced, how sentences flow, and how people express emotions. Start with subtitles if you need them, but try turning them off as you improve. 2. Listen to English podcasts or audiobooks. Choose topics you enjoy: sports, music, travel, or anything that excites you. The more you enjoy it, the more you'll learn. 3. Read in English every day. Start with simple books or articles. Don't worry about understanding every single word. Focus on the overall meaning. Why is reading so important? Reading is like food for your brain. It helps you improve your vocabulary, understand grammar, and get comfortable with sentence structures. When you read, you're not just learning words, you're learning how to think in English. Start with books that match your level. If you're a beginner, try books like The Little Prince or Charlotte's Web. If you're more advanced, go for novels or biographies. And here's a tip: read aloud. It might feel strange at first, but it's one of the best ways to improve your pronunciation and speaking skills. Let's talk about vocabulary. Building your vocabulary is essential, but don't try to memorize long lists of words. It doesn't work. Instead, learn words in context. For example, if you learn the word delicious, think about how you can use it. This cake is delicious, or I had a delicious meal. Write down new words in a notebook, along with example sentences. Review your notebook every day. And here's a fun trick. Use new words in your conversations. The more you use them, the faster they'll become a natural part of your speech. What about understanding when people speak? This is one of the biggest challenges for learners. People speak fast, use slang, and sometimes their accents make it hard to understand. But don't worry, you can train your ears. Start by listening to slow-paced English. Many apps and YouTube channels offer lessons specifically for beginners. As you improve, challenge yourself with faster conversations. And remember, it's okay to ask someone to repeat or slow down if you don't understand. Here's a practical tip. Practice shadowing. This means listening to a sentence and repeating it immediately, copying the speaker's tone, rhythm, and pronunciation. It's like singing along to your favorite song. It might be tough at first, but it's incredibly effective. Start with small groups. Talk to friends or family members. Gradually challenge yourself by speaking to new people. And remember, people are more understanding than you think. They don't expect you to be perfect. In fact, many will admire your effort to learn a new language. Why do you want to learn English? Let me tell you something powerful. Your motivation is your fuel. Some people learn English because they want a better job. Others learn it to connect with people worldwide or to understand movies, books, and songs in English. Whatever your reason, write it down. Look at it every day. This will remind you why you started and push you to keep going, even when it feels hard. But here's the twist. If your reason is unclear, you'll lose motivation. Make your goal specific. For example, I want to be able to give a speech in English confidently. I want to travel and talk to people without fear, breaking the myth of talent in learning English. Many people believe you need to be talented to learn English. That's not true. Learning a language is a skill, not a talent. Skills are built through practice. Even the best English speakers started with zero knowledge. Here's an example. Imagine learning English is like planting a tree. Every day you water it, give it sunlight, and care for it. Some days it grows faster, other days slower. But if you're consistent, one day you'll sit under the shade of that tree. So don't say, I'm bad at English. Instead, say, I'm improving every day. The power of questions in learning. One of the smartest ways to learn English is to ask yourself and others questions. Why? Because questions make you think, explore, and practice. Here's how to use questions effectively. 1. Ask questions about words. For example, if you learn the word opportunity, ask yourself, what does it mean? How can I use it in a sentence? 2. Ask questions about grammar. If you hear someone say, I have been working, ask, why did they use have been? Instead of just worked. 3. Ask others questions in English. This is great practice for speaking. For example, what's your favorite book? Or, how do you spend your weekends? How to develop the perfect English accent. Having a good accent is not about sounding like a native speaker. It's about being clear and easy to understand. 1. Listen deeply. Pay attention to how words are pronounced in movies, songs, or podcasts. For example, notice how can and can't sound different. 2. Record yourself. Speak a sentence and record it. Then listen to how you sound and compare it to native speakers. 3. Focus on stress and intonation. English is a rhythmic language. For example, I love coffee has a different feeling than I love coffee. Practice stressing the right words to sound more natural. The secret of phrases, not words. Many learners focus on memorizing individual words. But here's the secret. English is not spoken in words. It's spoken in phrases. Instead of learning go and on, learn the phrase go on, which means continue. Instead of learning look and after, learn look after, which means take care of. Here's how to master phrases. 1. Listen for common phrases. Watch movies or listen to podcasts and note down phrases you hear often. 2. Use them immediately. Write sentences or speak using these phrases to make them part of your vocabulary. How to learn English without feeling overwhelmed. Learning English can feel like climbing a mountain, but here's the trick. Focus on one step at a time. 1. Pick a single skill for the week. For example, this week, focus only on improving your listening. Next week, focus on speaking. 2. Set micro goals. Instead of saying, I want to learn English, say, I'll learn 5 new words today. 3. Reward yourself. Every time you achieve a goal, celebrate. Watch a movie, eat your favorite snack, or just say, I'm proud of myself. Immersion means surrounding yourself with English as much as possible. But you don't need to move to an English-speaking country to do this. Here's how to create immersion at home. Change your phone language to English. Think in English all day. Watch English content without subtitles. Even small changes like these can make a huge difference over time. Turning English into a daily habit. If you want to become fluent, English needs to be part of your daily life. Here's how to build this habit. Morning routine. Spend 10 minutes reading an article or watching an English video. Afternoon break. Write a short diary entry about your day in English. Evening wind down. Listen to an English podcast or audiobook before bed. Everyone hits a point where they feel stuck. But here's what I want you to remember. Progress takes time, and every small step counts. 1. Track your progress. Keep a journal of new words you've learned, books you've read, or videos you've watched. Seeing your progress will inspire you to keep going. 2. Join a community. Find people who are also learning English. Share your struggles and celebrate your wins together. 3. Remind yourself of your why. Look back at the reason you started learning English. Learning English isn't just about grammar or vocabulary. It's about growth, connection, and opportunity. Every time you practice, you're investing in yourself. Imagine this. A few months from now, you're speaking English confidently, making new friends, landing your dream job, or traveling the world. That future starts today with every effort you make. So keep pushing, keep practicing, and remember, you're not alone on this journey. You've got this, and I believe in you. Let's make English your superpower. Have you ever noticed how a baby learns to speak? They don't start with books, grammar, or rules. They listen, observe, and imitate. As adults, we can use the same method. Here's how. Watch people speak English. Pay attention to how they move their mouths, the expressions they use, and their tone. You can do this by watching interviews, TED Talks, or even TV shows. Shadow them. Pick a short sentence or conversation, pause the video, and repeat it exactly how they said it. Mimic their tone, rhythm, and pronunciation. For example, if someone says, "That's a brilliant idea," you repeat it with the same excitement and tone. Do this daily, and you'll notice your speaking skills improve. English isn't just about words. It's about understanding the meaning behind them. Let me give you an example. If someone says, "I'm feeling under the weather," they don't mean they're standing outside in the rain. It means they're feeling sick. Understanding the context of phrases makes your communication natural and smart. To master this, 1. Watch movies or TV shows in English. Pay attention to how words change meaning in different situations. 2. Write down phrases that confuse you, research their meanings, and use them in your conversations. Turn your weaknesses into strengths. Do you struggle with certain aspects of English, like pronunciation, grammar, or understanding accents? Don't see these as problems. See them as opportunities. When I started learning a new language, I couldn't pronounce certain sounds. Instead of avoiding those words, I practiced them repeatedly. I stood in front of a mirror and exaggerated the sounds until they became natural. You can do the same. For pronunciation, break the word into smaller parts. For example, if you struggle with comfortable, say it slowly. Comfort, si, able. For grammar, focus on one rule at a time. Instead of trying to learn all the tenses, master just one, like the present simple. For accents, listen to different speakers, American, British, Australian, and repeat their sentences. Over time, you'll understand and adapt. Let me share a secret. The fastest learners are the ones who make the most mistakes. Why? Because every mistake teaches you something new. Imagine you're speaking English and you say, "He go to the market yesterday." Someone corrects you. No, it's he went to the market yesterday. That one correction will stick with you forever because you made a mistake. So, speak without fear. Write without hesitation. Mistakes are not failures. They are your stepping stones to fluency. Immerse yourself with music and lyrics. Music is a powerful tool for learning English. Choose songs with clear lyrics, and here's how to use them. 1. Listen repeatedly. Play the song until the words feel familiar. 2. Sing along. Don't worry if your voice isn't perfect. Focus on pronunciation. 3. Understand the meaning. Look up the lyrics and learn what they mean. For example, take a simple song like Imagine by John Lennon. As you sing, you're practicing vocabulary, rhythm, and pronunciation. As I said earlier also, reading is one of the most underrated skills for learning English, but it's a game changer. Here's how to make it enjoyable and effective. Start with books that match your level. If you're a beginner, read children's books or short stories. Visualize what you read. For example, if you're reading about a beautiful garden, imagine it in your mind. This connects words with emotions, making them easier to remember. And don't forget, reading expands your vocabulary naturally. When you see a new word, highlight it, look it up, and try to use it in a sentence the same day. If you want to improve your English, hang out with people who speak English fluently. Don't have English-speaking friends? No problem. Create opportunities. Join local language exchange groups. Attend events or workshops conducted in English. Volunteer for activities where you'll interact with the English speakers. The key is to talk, listen, and learn from others. Every language has its patterns and clues. Approach English like a detective solving a mystery. For example, notice how certain words always go together. Make a decision, not do a decision. Observe how natives shorten sentences. I'm going to becomes I'm gonna. Pay attention to word endings. Walked, talked, and looked all end with ed, which shows past tense. Many people fear speaking English in front of others because they think they'll be judged. But here's the truth. People respect those who try. Practice speaking in front of a mirror. Record yourself talking about your day. Speak to one person at a time before addressing a group. Confidence grows with practice. The more you speak, the less fear you'll feel. Consistency beats intensity every time. Small, daily efforts add up to big results. If you keep telling yourself, "I'm not good at English," you'll never be good. Instead, say, "I'm getting better every day." Your mindset shapes your reality. Remember, every expert was once a beginner. The only difference between you and a fluent English speaker is time and effort. Keep showing up, keep learning, and you'll get there. I want you to stop for a moment and think about this. You already have the power inside you to succeed. It's true. The only thing standing between you and fluent English is action. It doesn't matter where you started. It doesn't matter how many times you stumbled. The fact that you're still here, listening and learning means you're already on the path to success. The road won't always be easy, but I promise you it will be worth it. Every time you feel frustrated, remember this. The best diamonds are formed under pressure. You're going through the hard work right now, but in the end, you'll come out stronger, sharper, and more confident. And guess what? That moment when you speak English effortlessly will be your reward. I can't emphasize this enough. Consistency is the secret. Small efforts every single day will outshine any one-time intense effort. Think about it. If you spend just 15 minutes each day speaking, reading, or practicing English, that adds up to over 90 hours in a year. What does that mean? It means that by the end of the year, you'll be speaking English like you never thought possible. And that's not even the best part. Along the way, you'll gain something even more valuable: confidence. Remember, confidence is built through repetition. Every time you speak, every time you write, every time you listen to a conversation in English, you're becoming more and more confident. But it's your decision to keep showing up and putting in the work that will push you across the finish line. Let me remind you of something incredibly powerful. Your mindset is everything. If you constantly tell yourself, "I'm not good enough," or "this is too hard," your mind will believe it. But if you tell yourself, "I am getting better every day," your mind will start working with you, not against you. Your thoughts create your reality. And this is why having a growth mindset is so crucial. Don't think of mistakes as failures. They are simply lessons in disguise. Here's something I want you to remember. The best success stories are built on overcoming obstacles. And guess what? Your story is going to be one of those. There will be days when you feel like quitting, when the words won't come out right, when you feel shy in front of others. But I want you to remember this: you are not alone. Every single person who speaks English fluently once felt exactly like you. They stumbled, they struggled, and they doubted themselves. But they didn't give up. You've already made it this far, and that shows you have the determination to go all the way. When you reach the point where you speak English like a native, when you understand every conversation, when you can express yourself with confidence, you'll look back and think, "Wow, I did that. I made it happen. Now I want you to do something with me." Close your eyes for just a moment and visualize the person you want to be in the future. Picture yourself speaking English fluently in front of others, whether it's in a meeting, with friends, or during a conversation with someone from a different country. Imagine how it feels to have the confidence to express yourself without hesitation. This vision is not just a dream, it's your future reality. And the steps you take today are the foundation for it. Every time you learn a new word, every time you speak up, every time you push through your fears, you're moving closer to that person you've just visualized. So never ever doubt the progress you're making. You are building your future, one step at a time. Before I wrap this up, I want you to hear this one last message loud and clear. You have infinite potential. Your ability to learn and grow is beyond what you can even imagine right now. Think about this. The most successful people in the world weren't born successful. They worked hard, faced challenges, and overcame them. You're on the same path. Every time you face a challenge in learning English, it's not a sign to stop. It's a sign that you're getting closer to your goal. So, keep going. When things get tough, remember that your breakthrough is just around the corner. Your journey to mastering English is not just about learning a language. It's about learning more about yourself, your strengths, and your ability to push through limits. You are capable of much more than you think. And every small effort you put in now is getting you closer to the person you're destined to be. Now take this energy and run with it. Speak English with pride. Make those mistakes. Learn from them. And never ever give up on your dreams. Because I believe in you, and I know you'll make it. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep believing. Your future self will thank you for it. Keep going, because you are unstoppable.